One of the nice new features that we added to the software was um, attaching general dimensions or width and height measurements to the cursor, so as you're digitizing an object you see exactly the size or the distance you've traveled since the last point. And this was something that was kind of more difficult to do before this latest update. I'll just show you how we used to do it. If you click the Run Stitch tool and you come over here and you click, before it was very hard to see how far you have gone since that first mouse click, and what you'd have to do is come down all the way down here onto the this little area right here. What it would do is display the distance you've traveled. So you can see as I move the cursor, if you look down in this area, you will see it'll tell me how far I've gone since that last point. So if I click another one and then go again, you can see how far I've gone since the last click. It just was kind of difficult to do because you always have to look down at the bottom and see how far you'd gone. And sometimes with certain designs you really need to know exactly how far you've gone because you're trying to place embroidery points in a specific location and a specific distance apart. And so it was just something was very difficult to do before. And so now if you go to your view or your tools and general options, under the view tab you have the ability to show tooltip in input mode, and input mode is just your digitizing mode. So if I select this checkbox and hit OK, now as I digitize, look at what happens. I see the length right below my cursor, below and to the right, and it's telling me exactly how far I've gone. And so you no longer have to look down at the very bottom of the screen to figure that out. The nice thing too is when you're working with, like, let's say the classic satin, I can left mouse click and you can see the width. I've gone, let's say 0.2 inches, and I click and then I go to this next one. Okay, I've gone over 4.7 inches or 0.47 inches, and then when I click, watch what happens. Now I get the length that I've gone and the width that I've gone from that last point. So it's a really nice feature. It helps you really see how big your objects are as you're digitizing them, and it works with all your different input modes or digitizing modes. And so it's just a very nice tool tip to have. It doesn't get in the way of your digitizing, and it just gives you a frame of reference as you're digitizing the object. So I love this new feature, and I know I'm going to use it all the time with the designs that I do. There's a lot of stuff that I like to be very specific on, and I like to just know how wide especially how wide my satin stitches are as I'm digitizing them, because I do not want to make them too wide. So it's a great new feature. Hope you love it.